So this is going to be a detailed flip through of my current planner setup. If you want to know what my planner, the Mod Ambition planner, looks like completely brand new out of the box, I will link a video at the end of this video to show you what it looks like unused and all pretty when you get it. But today you're going to get the real deal of me. I think I've been having this cover for about 2 years now, and how I actually use it. So it's going to be loved on, it's going to be actually used. I haven't done any cleanup to this planner to make it, you know, something that it's not. It's going to be exactly what I use and how I use it. So let's jump in and I'll show you my current planner setup in my very functional planning era. Okay, so when you open up, I have my inbox here. I have just a highlighter and a pen inside. This is something I'm working on, trying to get my new batch days for my, you know, my new life. I have recently cut back on clinical work as a neuropsychologist. I'm still training our students, but I cut way back on my clinical work, so I'm figuring out my new batch days and what I'm going to be doing with my time, because I love working in batch days. But let's jump into my actual planner. In the Mod Ambition planner, they all come with this dashboard, which is like this milky white transparent dashboard, which I love. It says you deserve everything you set out for. It's your divine right. And then it opens to my vision board. This is my vision board for this year. I'll open it and turn it for you guys. So whenever I'm doing my quarterly planning, I usually look back at this. It's also in my Notion 12-week year planning, and just kind of reminds me of, you know, clarifying my goals and what I decided is most important to me. Then there's a spot for my name. And then this is all my goal setting work. There's a lot of personal stuff in this, but this is what I do at the beginning of every year. This is the reflection that usually comes in the back of any planner that you buy from me, so that you can reflect at the end of the year. So this is the one that I did last year, my letter to God. I also have something I put in here extra, which is my long-term goals. So my 10-year goals and my 5-year goals. And then it gets into all the meat of the actual goal planner that comes with the Mod Ambition planner. Again, I did this all at the beginning of this previous year. My word of the year, and you'll see in my quarterly planning, you have other opportunities to put that, to keep reminding yourself of that. And so, yeah, it's just all the thought work that I did at the beginning of the year in this goal planning section. I do also have a printout that I put in here. This is one of the things that I love about having this in this planner in this size. First of all, I have a full life, so I need space to write out my goals, my weekly planning. I'm a neuropsychologist, content creator, mom, wife, so I just need space to breathe. So that's the number one reason why I have a desktop planner size. But I also like that I can just randomly print things that inspire me on normal paper and just throw it in my planner, and it fits. So this is the summary that I have of the 12-week year book strategies. So in case I need a refresh, I can always come back to this and remind myself. If you want this summary, it is in my Notion 12-week year template, this exact summary. I think I also have it in a PDF, which I'll try to find for you guys. And then it goes to my quarterly planning. I will say though, while I'm on the topic, if you do want you want this system that uses evidence-based psychology and all the goal planner and the 90-day planning system, which I'm about to show you guys, I do also now offer it in a printable, and I just filmed a video kind of going over how I printed it. And this is like a $10 cover from Amazon, and then the printable is in here with the exact same pages. If you do want it in a smaller size, I have a printable for you guys that want to do that. So I'll link that video as well. So then in my quarterly planning section, I also have my last quarter plan. So I have my first quarter. You can see I have my word of the year. Again, you get this in the refill packet that I offer. So once you buy the planner, obviously you already have the cover. Then I also have the refills at a much lower cost, and it comes with the quarterly planning and the 90-day planning. And then, you know, I put my word of the year and then how it supports my goals for that quarter as I'm moving into. I'm also tracking my progress. You can see towards my goals. So from 0 at the very beginning of the year, slowly moving. This is some brainstorming. This is the PDF that I used to use to track my 12-week yearly goals. I now have this in Notion because you can see it was getting really, really messy. So that was that. This is Q3. You see I'm tracking along, all the conscious work to come up with those goals. And then Q4, which is the current quarter that we are in. And it's nice to have it here because this is where I do the thought work with all the prompts to set my quarterly goals, to track my progress towards my year, re-look in my goal planner at my yearly goals. But then I take it to Notion and really break it down more strategically from a bird's eye view that I can track each week for my lead goal. So I am a hybrid girly, so I like working with both of those. So now let's move to the month. Here, before you turn into the month's planning, the planner does come with the Mod Ambition pillars that I think are just important to keep in mind as you're planning your life. So some education there. And then it goes into planning. So this was October. It's broken down. You can see in the tabs, month 1, month 2, month 3. So you can reuse these tabs in a very sustainable way and then just replace the actual paper. Inside. So this was my October planning, and then you can see all of my like planning for that month is in there. And then November. So let's take a look at November so you can get an idea of how I'm actually using this. So once you have set your yearly planning with the goal planner, I use my quarterly planning to stay on track. So you can see my current quarterly goals here, and these monthly goals are helping me stay on track with my quarterly goals. So each segment that I move into, I look at the previous time segment to help me stay on track, to help me stay intentional. So when I'm planning my quarter, I look back at my yearly goals and my goal planner. When I'm planning my months, I look back at my quarter and I plan my months. When I'm planning my week, I look back at my month. When I'm planning my day, I look back at my week. And that helps me stay streamlined, helps me achieve my goals with ease. And then I take this brainstorming for my monthly goals and I plug it into my 12-week year Notion to be more strategic about it. So let's look at November so I can show you guys how I actually do this. So this is my November plan, which I thoroughly went through in my recent Plan the Month with me. And I go through all the reflection prompts and kind of brainstorm, as well as looking at my quarterly goals, like I said, to come up with those monthly goals. And then let's look at one of those weeks. So we'll look at this week. This was the week of the 11th of November. And this is a lot because it's like showing my heart a little bit. This is like actually like my day. So what I do first is I put in my meetings, which you can see this week are highlighted in this color. I guess I'll show you guys these are the highlighters that I use. This is the set, which is like right on my brand aesthetic. I will link them below, but you can see all those colors, and I keep one because I have two sets in my actual planner on the side there. And then I use erasable pens, which I can link below as well. They're actually in my pin box behind my camera, so I can't grab them. And then the stickers that I usually use, which I don't usually use many, are like these greenery type stickers, which I can link below. Because I'm more of a get to the point kind of planner. I don't really plan as a creative outlet. Sometimes I just want to make it look nice for the monthly planning with me videos, but I like just keeping it nice with the highlighters and using erasable pens because things change and we want to be flexible. So basically I start off with putting in my meetings. Those are the things that are non-negotiables, like usually meetings, things like that you can't move around. And then I have my running to-do list here, which is either things that I've jotted down from the previous week while I was working that I want to make sure I get to next week. Or what they largely are is when I'm doing my getting things done weekly review. So I do that on Fridays typically. Sometimes it's Monday, depending on how the Friday goes. And as I'm looking at things that need to get done this week, which I usually mark as due next in my second brain, those due next items that are in red get moved here. I can also link a video to my weekly review process, but those get linked here. And then I plug and play them in the week where I think they should go and fit around these non-negotiable meetings. So then I'll put them on the days that I want to get them done. I'll list out also my priorities and my intention for the week. Before I do any of this, is usually I do this thought work first, my wins and challenges. This is my habit tracking that I do in my planner, but it gets more so done in my habit tracker in my Notion, as you can see here. I try to do both, but usually it's just my Notion because it's usually more convenient. Then I plug in my to-dos around my meetings, so I have my plan for the week. Then, as you can see here, I come here and time block actually out how is that going to look in the actual day. So I have my kids in the morning. You can see I'll just go through how it looks. Clean and got ready, did my cardio, got ready, got some editor work done, planned. So this is one of those days that I planned on a Monday. I used to always try to put in buffers as well, bookkeeping, tracking metrics, some other admin stuff, edited a video, created a thumbnail, scheduled it out, and created my wellness productivity guide. It seems like this 5 to 6 is usually my kiddos. And then at the end of the night, I looked up life insurance that I needed to get done. So you can see how I kind of plugged and play. And then I go back and do my back planning to see if I actually got things done. This I know I did get done. I just didn't put the checks. It looks like I didn't track my metrics though. So that kind of lets you know what you need to improve upon. I can also see, you know, what I had as my intention for that day, which was to follow through, what I was grateful for, my marriage and working for myself, and my priorities that day, usually on Mondays, are my what I call my CEO days, admin, and determining my new rhythm that I'm getting into, which goes back to that batch stuff that I'm working on. And then I also have a space for notes down here, and it's really that simple. That's how I really stay organized and on track. It's a combination of my paper planner, which I really use my paper planner to engage. Like I said, I'm a hybrid girly. I do use a combination of digital and paper tools to keep myself organized. And my paper planner, if you use the methods in getting things done, I have a video on that as well. My paper planner is really how I engage with my system. It's how I brainstorm what is my intentions and what I'm really going to do as far as my goals. But then also in the day-to-day action, my planner is what keeps me on track. This literally stays on my desk most of the time, all day. And then I will show you at the back, I haven't gotten to these months yet, or this month yet. December, I'm in November right now filming this. You'll see you have the opportunity, like I showed you this filled out already from last year, to reflect on the year with some prompts to help you do that. And then that's the end. So that's my current planner flip through. It's super simple, but an effective system that works. And let me know what you think. If you have any questions, I'll be sure to link everything I mentioned below. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Cheers to planning, manifesting, and enjoying your dream life. Namaste. And I will link next the video on the printable for you to watch next.